The CB West Bucks have begun their march towards a fourth straight PIAA Quad A state championship. Mike Carey's club has won a state record 56 games in a row, and a win tonight would also give them the state's longest unbeaten streak. Meanwhile, the Pennridge Rams have other plans. After an opening week loss, the Rams have steadily warmed up and are on a roll heading into the postseason, winning 10 in a row. The Rams and Bucks battle for a spot in the Interdistrict Championship game next. From War Memorial Field at CB West High School in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, where tonight CNA presents high school football. It's district playoff action as the Pennridge Rams visit the CB West Bucks. Hello again, everybody. Ken Phelps alongside Brad Sparsis. Brad, we don't have to talk about much as far as motivation for tonight. It's postseason time here.
Giant game here, Ken. The winner goes to the district final. You've got streaks, 10 in a row for Pennridge, 56 in a row for CB West.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger streak. CB West offense has been unstoppable. The big guy for them has been Phil DiGiacomo.
Well, they've got a terrific workhorse there who's been running the ball very well. 17 touchdowns this year, nearly 700 yards for his season.
Now, Pennridge is going to use their defensive line to kind of counter that a little bit. The guy they're going to look to is Mike Bolser.
He made a big switch early in the year. He was a defensive tackle. They lost that first game. Since then, they have won every single one with him at the end.
At Pennridge offense, the big guy for them, Jason Rhodes, one of a committee of running backs.
Outstanding job for him. He played with the dislocated left shoulder last week, 13 touchdowns for the year and nearly 700 yards.
Now, CBU's defense is going to need some speed to stop that Delaware wing T, the fastest guy, Zach Ingram, in the defensive
They've got
secondary.
a speedster back there, Ken, and Zach has a 4.3 speed in the 40 and is really the linchpin of their speed.
It is a very, very chilly night here in Doylestown. Low temperatures expected near the freezing mark. And when we come back, we'll have the opening lineup and the kickoff for tonight's contest in District 1, District 11 action right here from CB West. We'll be right back.
It's a soccer attack on CNA. Shot! Score! The Philadelphia Kicks are back. It's another exciting season of fast-paced professional indoor soccer action.
What a diving save!
It's soccer played with an attitude and in your face.
Shot! Score!
Philadelphia Kicks indoor soccer. Wild, thrilling, exhilarating. And it's only on the channel that brings you award-winning sports coverage. CNA. Don't miss the Kicks take on the Wichita Wings. The action starts Saturday night at 7.
Shopping for your energy supplier is called a good decision. Having someone switch your suppliers without your say-so is called slamming. The good news is that New Jersey has tough anti-slamming laws that protect you against someone switching your electricity or natural gas suppliers without your express permission. Call 1-877-NJ5-5678 or visit njenergychoice.com and get a free New Jersey Energy Choice shopping guide.
Welcome back to War Memorial Field, everyone, in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, for this district playoff contest between the Bucks of CB West and the Rams of Pennridge High School. Ken Phelps along with Brad Sparsis. And Brad, it is a packed house here tonight in Doylestown.
Outstanding atmosphere, and Ken, really a tale of two different offensive teams. You've got Pennridge, a team that can really grind it out as everybody's bundled up here tonight. And then CB West, a team that's much more willing to pick up a quick strike and really can run up a fast start and a quick score.
And the Pennridge Rams, led by head coach Jeff Hollenbach, as you see the last meeting between these two in the first round of the playoffs last year, and handily won by CB West. But I think a lot of people around here are expecting a much different ball game tonight between these two squads. Jeff Hollenbach, the head coach in his fourth year at Pennridge, a 37-10 record overall, and has done a good job and got their first playoff win last week.
Well, a nice vengeful sort of a victory last week because they lost the very first game of the year, of course, to CB East, and knocked them off last week. And CB West, led by Mike Carey in his first year, although he is very familiar with this program, 22 years as an assistant under head coach Mike Pettine.
Kickoff comes down at the 12-yard line. We got a penalty flag in on the play. There's plenty of running room. Still on his feet for CB West. Finally brought down across the 40-yard line is Dave Camburn, the two-way player, running back and defensive back. And we'll get a look at the CB West offense first. We get a call on the penalty flag, and it looks like we're going to have an illegal block that will bring this return back significantly. CB West led by their starting quarterback, guy who has led them all the way and has not lost a contest as the starting QB for the Bucs. You see him trotting out there, number 8, Mike Oriole, a terrific quarterback. And one thing about these two guys, Brad, we'll see at quarterback tonight, both of them very good size.
Utilizes his team's speed very well and really his maturity. And you're going to talk about winning streaks for all these guys. This team just hasn't lost for years now.
First down and 10. The Bucs will start just across their own 10-yard line. They give it to the up back, DiGiacomo into the secondary. He'll have a first down across the 20-yard line. And we'll get a look at that offensive unit led by Mr. DiGiacomo in the backfield. He is the workhorse for this squad. Only 779 yards rushing. And I say that because there's so many 1,000-yard rushers, but he has 17 touchdowns in the backfield along with Bob Warden and James West. Ingram and Magness, the receivers up front. Chris Matchey, Gene Rich, Nick Daly, John Arsenault, and Josh Houghton.
Well, the next time DiGiacomo has the ball, look at his legs. 215 pounds all below the belt buckle.
They pitch right side on a toss sweep, and again into the secondary, and a good gain of about 8 yards there. Bob Warden, the ball carrier, and that carrier will put him over 600 yards on the season. We'll get a look at the Pennridge defensive line. We mentioned Mike Balser, who played the first game at defensive tackle. The Rams lost. He goes to end. They haven't lost since. Kyle Lukens, Colin Delaney, and Spider the other line on the linebacking core. Stevenson, Reinheimer, and Nines. And in the secondary, Werheim, Tarbutton, Harris, and Hager. Second down for CB West. Motion to the near side for Gavin Potter. They pitch to Warden again. Stacked up the line. Maybe a yard on the play, but not much there. That's the kind of play that the Pennridge defense is really going to need tonight to shut down that running game.
Yeah, and to the short yardage, normally I think you're going to see that ball go to DiGiacomo, who's a little more of a lean runner, when you've got Warden, who's a little more upright. You see the toss here and some hard running inside, and there's that interior line once again doing a great job for Pennridge.
See Nick Werheim, the senior, coming in late on the play to help shut down Bob Warden as he tried to go left side. CB West with the longest winning streak in the history of Pennsylvania football, currently 56 straight. They give to DiGiacomo right side, and he's got running room. One man on the angle can catch him, and they will finally bring him down across the 35-yard line all the way down at the 32.
Well, that is the workhorse who just busted one loose. If you see the great play fake here, and as he spins around on the right side, breakaway speed, and finally being caught after a big gain.
DiGiacomo had actually lined up at quarterback on that play and ran a keeper around. Now he is back in the backfield with Oriole up underneath center. DiGiacomo, the up back, gets the carry. Down close to the 25-yard line. Point Pennridge is going to have to shut this offense down. They're not going to be able to survive this game giving up second and shorts on them.
Absolutely not. And Oriole with a 6'4" guy, and you got the two running backs who are 6'2", a 6 and an 8, and the different numbers are going to be confusing of who's back there. And if you start switching up the quarterbacks in these different variety of offensive looks, let alone without throwing the ball, this is such a good offensive team already.
Now we've got an injured Ram down at the 30-yard line. Being attended to by the training staff, and with the crowd around him, we cannot tell who that is at this point. With the weather tonight, injuries could very possibly be a factor. It's hard and almost impossible to stay warm when you get temperatures down near the freezing mark.
Well, that's going to be the big factor, is once you do have to replace that injured player, somebody coming in off the bench, you see everybody has a different technique of trying to stay warm, as bundled up as you possibly can be. But in football, you don't see too many sleeves out there. Guys are trying to go out there as fresh as they can, but that's going to be a test, and especially if you look at depth. And we see CB West has done something remarkable with that state record, and 57-game unbeaten streak is what they're shooting for.
Yeah, they are currently tied in that streak, 56 games with General Braddock High School, who set that mark back in the late 50s. they do not, Braddock did not set a winning streak because they got tied right in the middle of it, 55-0-1 over that mark. CB West, of course, has not been tied to this point. And you see Tim Hager headed off the field to the sidelines. He appears to be up and okay, and that's good news, certainly, for Jeff Hollenbach's squad. The CB West will have won 57 straight games if they can pull off the victory here tonight at home. Coming up on 9.5 minutes left in the first quarter. 2nd down and 3 for the Bucks. Camburn in motion to the near side. Oriole on a rollout. Can't find anybody. He's going to pull it down, and he's going to take a pop at the 20-yard line and get pushed out of bounds finally as the whistles blow the play dead. Jim Stevenson among those coming up to make the stop.
Boy, as he leaned in, he put the top of his hat right in the shoulder of 2 defensive players. See, at 6'4", he's got such great vision as he rolls left, looking for some opening, and he's got some room or a quick gain of 5, but as he lowers the head, a couple of big hits there, namely Stevenson head on.
Those guys hit at about the same time.
Keep that head up if at all possible. He lowers it here. That's a good way to get hurt.
Yeah, that is a dangerous play. He's fortunate not to be injured there. But he did get the first down, fresh set of downs for the Bucks offense. They nearly mishandled the exchange between Oriole and DiGiacomo, but they get out to about the 15-yard line, gain of about 5. Very fortunate there not to fumble. Oriole turned around, and DiGiacomo almost ran right into him.
Well, a lot of deception, a lot of fancy handwork, and if you watch here, it's all deception here. See if Oriole, he did almost lose his footing completely, but by the time he did, ball had already been handed off.
Oriole brings the play back in from the line of scrimmage. Actually, they're going to call a timeout now. 2nd down for the Bucks. They've called a timeout with 8:10 left in the first quarter. No score here from War Memorial Field in Doylestown.
Having all these 8,000 volunteers out here really represents the broadest base commitment that we have in this region for education.
And I'm very proud that for 3 years running now, we've had more employees show up at Philly Cares Day than any other corporation in Philadelphia.
And I thank Comcast, and I thank the volunteers.
Thank you, Philadelphia. Thank you.
And welcome back to first quarter action here in the District 1 sub-regional playoffs. Winner advancing to the championship game. They will take on the winner of the Downingtown, Wyoming Valley West contest. Warden in motion to the far side. They give to DiGiacomo, quick up the middle, breaking a couple of tackles. He's inside the 10 and still fighting. And finally is brought down to the 8-yard line, and it will be 1st down and goal for the Bucks.
Well, that leg drive is just tremendous. Fun to watch. Remember, Pennridge is supposed to be the team that will grind things out with a long drive, but this is tremendous work by DiGiacomo. Once again, as he takes the hit, those legs do not stop moving, and the knees moving as high as they possibly can, drags the pile for an extra couple of yards.
Bill DiGiacomo, 6'2", 215, carries quite a punch coming out of the CB West backfield. Under 8 minutes. Again, DiGiacomo to the 5 this time before he's turned away. You get about 3 yards on that carry, and it will be 2nd down and goal.
This is a time here where if you roll the quarterback, I think, again, look past and have that run option. Awfully dangerous play here and tough to defend, and it looks to be a certain 5 or 6 yard gain the way that CB West is moving this football.
At this close range is a very good possibility of putting it in the end zone. Phil DiGiacomo comes in. He's going to line up underneath center now as Oriole has taken a seat on the sidelines momentarily. 2nd and goal from the 5. They give Camburn a motion. They fake it, following the blockers to the left side, and DiGiacomo hops one tackler into the end zone. Touchdown, CB West.
So he walked in with that one, had 3 blockers that were looking for somebody to hit. Rather routine run there for DiGiacomo and a tremendous opening drive. What a way to start the night.
CB West wastes no time marching down the field. 5 minutes and 2 seconds, and the Pennridge offense has yet to see the field. Andy Bross on for the extra point. Kick kick is up, and it is good here at War Memorial Field. The home-standing Bucks enjoying a 7-0 lead, and the partisan crowd here in Doylestown likes what they've seen so far.
This is a team that rattles off some points in a hurry, but this was a nice, deliberate, powerful drive. And Pennridge now, a lot of pressure on them to answer. Not necessarily having to be a score right here. They've got to move the ball. You see this great play for the score. DiGiacomo behind center, rolls out to his left, and plenty of room by the time he's hit. He's across the goal line.
DiGiacomo did an outstanding job this year. Some off-field problems in the middle of the season for Mike Oriole. DiGiacomo played the entire game at quarterback, and the Bucks, needless to say, did not miss a beat.
He runs like a running back, but he looks like a guard. It's a tough combination.
Back deep for the Pennridge Rams to receive the kickoff. Jason Rhodes, a guy who we hear a lot about tonight in the offensive backfield.
Real tough guy, Ken. Last week playing with a harness around his shoulder, had a slight separation there and played right through it.
And the Bucks will put it in play from the 40. Short kick, high kick coming down end over end. Taken on the run by Cochin, and he is brought down across the 30-yard line to about the 32, and we have another Pennridge player down on the field as well. Rich Ludwig has not gotten him off the field to this point. See that scoring drive, 16 plays and 90 yards.
Well, he had one very sizable run from DiGiacomo, but the rest were nice, solid 6-7 yard gains, and they just could not slow him down. Very short kick, and with that short kick, you see some interesting things take place. The injury that time was a pretty good looking tackle by Andy Bross that finally broke up the return.
Sam Hollenbach, the starting quarterback, head coach Jeff Hollenbach's son, and he's had a pretty impressive season as well.
You see the numbers there, 11 touchdowns and a pretty good percentage, just about 60% completion percentage along his year.
6'5", 197 pounds, and he is just a junior, so he will be back next year, and this guy will have no problem seeing over the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 for the Rams on their first possession. Hand off to that running back by committee. About 3-yard gain on that carry for John Cochin. Or correction, now is Jimmy Harris on the carry there. You see the backfield, Cochin, Rhodes, and Harris. Each guy will get plenty of action. Fox and Durston, the receivers. Up front, Delaney, Ketterer, Heckenberger, Reinheimer, and Suter.
So if you're looking for a similarity between these two offenses, it's that they do have a stable of running backs on both sides. It'll be interesting to see who Pennridge goes with.
2nd down situation for Pennridge. Times Cochin, a little misdirection in that wing T offense out near the 40-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd down, and the CBWest defense up front. Scholl, Rich, Daly, and Jarrett very strong up front. Potter, Fagnani, and West in the linebacking crew. Golden, Ingram, and Camburn, a very speedy secondary for these homestanding Bucks. Under 6 minutes to play now here in the first quarter, and Pennridge already down 7-0 here on their first possession and a big 3rd down. Long snap count by Hollenbach. Cochin running room down his sidelines, turns a corner, racing for the end zone. One man can catch him, and he's stepped out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds at the 32-yard line, pushed out by Gavin Potter, and if not for that play by Potter, Cochin is gone.
Well, we talked about the big speed and big play production from CBWest. How about this from Pennridge? Busting through the left side, and then the only thing that got in his way was that left sideline, just barely getting a piece of it after a little push out, and nearly a touchdown run. Look at the final step here. We'll have a great view. And it's right there.
Tough break for Pennridge, but a big play to take that momentum back a little bit. And it's now 1st and 10 for Pennridge. And that play is stuffed by the defensive line for CBWest. Jimmy Harris got the football and almost immediately was hit by a slew of black jerseys.
Now, somebody had an idea of what was taking place here. This is hitting his own man first, then being wrapped up. Like Yarnell grabbed him around the ankles.
Ran right up the back of Nate Heckenberger. They lose a couple at 2nd down and 12. Hollenbach going to pass for the first time. Complete. Out to the 30-yard line, but nothing more. And it will be 3rd down for Pennridge.
A little bit of a wake-up call after a possible big play. That could have been a very quick score. You almost had that second breath that, hey, we caught a break there. Let's get back to our game here, which is good defense, and really stack things back up the middle.
3rd down and 9. 3 receivers to the right side for Pennridge. Hollenbach drops back. Under a little bit of pressure, goes deep and overthrows everybody as that bounces out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. And that will bring up a 4th down situation for Pennridge. So the CBWest defense stands tall in their first real test of the game.
Terrific job after the near miss play. Looked like Hollenbach that time, just throwing it away. Had 2 receivers in the same area, but 3 defensive backs in the general vicinity as well. Pretty smart play for the junior.
Sam Hollenbach is still on, so it looks like Pennridge is going to go for it here on 4th down as we get another look.
You look at that hit right up below the chin. Took a little something off that ball, perhaps. Floated on him.
Angelo Varillo, the player coming through to lay the lick on Hollenbach there. Hollenbach back to pass, again under pressure. Steps out of a tackle, throws over the middle, has a man. It's caught. 1st down for Pennridge. John Fox, the junior wide receiver, comes up big at the 15-yard line.
A terrific job. Hollenbach on the move, throwing that ball a little bit behind Fox. Watch with his great vision, too. You talk about 2 big quarterbacks, too, and he just eludes a sack there, slips it a little bit behind his receiver, but Fox spinning all the way around. Great hands there to haul it in for the 1st down.
Varillo almost hit him again, and Hollenbach steps out of the would-be sack and finds Fox downfield, and it's 1st and 10 Pennridge. Koshan left side, maybe a yard, not much else. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Like Carey sees something out there that he wants to talk about.
2 big plays there for Pennridge. The run by Koshan earlier, but then the big 4th down conversion. I'm sure that is a huge boost of confidence for the Rams on the sideline.
Absolutely. Even though he's come up in football obviously his entire life, coach his son, but he's just a junior, and with his experience, I'm sure he's getting better every single game, and that's a big play.
2nd down and 9 coming up on 3 minutes left in the opening quarter. Harris trying to turn the corner, not going to get there. There you get a good look at the team speed on defense for CBWest. As Harris trying to get to the sideline and turn a corner and had nothing.
Terrific. Strung this one out, and Adam Scholl was involved in the tackle as they spring this out as wide as possible and wrapping it up, taking it down quickly. Also in on the tackle, James West, number 5.
Good job by West on the contain there, not letting the guy get to the outside and turning it back upfield for the help. Now we'll bring up 3rd down for Pennridge, just inside the CBWest 15-yard line. A little trickery for Pennridge, and CBWest would have none of it, and they come up with a football. Somehow in the pile, Hollenbach was stripped. And CBWest has come up with the football, and the first turnover of the game goes in favor of the home team, and Gavin Potter comes out of the pile with the pigskin.
Tears it away. I don't know if it was just deception or a misplay, if he missed his man handing that football off, because Potter just ripped it away. Watch this quick view. Oh, he just grabs it and pulls it right out of his hands. Wow. That was very close to having the quarterback down as well. He's holding on to it. You see his backside hit the ground, the ball tears loose. Tough look.
Well, that is a very close play. CBWest comes out with the football, 1st down and 10. They pitch right side, and Dave Camburn all the way out near the 40-yard line, and a 1st down for CBWest. There is a penalty flag on the field back at the 27-yard line.
Well, Camburn's going to have a complaint with his teammates every time he runs the ball well. Opening kickoff, he ran hard, flag pulled it back, and now productive run there and another violation.
holding the call, and that one will come back. And a big break there for Pennridge as Cambert had significant yardage.
Similar style, though. These running backs just do not go down with the first hit. It's interesting on each side. Pennridge having to throw the ball a little bit just to get the speedy defensive backs away from that line of scrimmage. On the other side, their defensive interior has done a pretty good job for the first hit, first contact. But it seems that CB West has been able to break that first tackle, and they've slipped out for at least that 5-6 yard gain every time.
Clock rolls under 2 minutes here in the first quarter. CB West, 1st and 14. Potter in motion. A pitch to Giacomo, and he is stacked up and turned back at the line of scrimmage, and that is the kind of defensive play that Pennridge needs. And you can almost see after the turnover, maybe Pennridge with something to prove. They kind of have a little hop in their step right now.
Well, if somebody can just hold on long enough to allow another teammate to come in and finish up the hit, because the Giacomo, he runs so hard, hold on to the legs, and then 2 or 3 more teammates come in to finish off the tackle.
Or 6 or 7, as is the case in this play.
You may need 6 or 7.
Giacomo, not an easy back to bring down. 2nd down and long for CB West. And Pennridge not fooled on that play at all, and that's going to go for a loss.
Oh, no flag this time. He gets the football and loses a couple of yards. See this, the inside handoff, and as he runs back in, quickly stopped. Nice hit there. Put on him at the last second. Colin Delaney. There you see Delaney with the quick stop.
Good job fighting off the block that time to bring Camber into the ground for no gain, loss of maybe a yard. A significantly different look to this drive for the Pennridge defense than the first time CB West had the football. They moved down the field pretty much at will, this time having difficulty even getting a first down. 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Play action. Oriel under pressure, hit as he throws, going downfield, and that goes out of bounds. It'll be incomplete, and that will bring up a 4th down situation for CB West. There was 6 seconds left in the first quarter of action. Pennridge stands up, and whatever adjustments Jeff Hollenbach made on the sidelines in between possessions, the defense did a good job that drive.
Did a great job. Looked like Nines coming in here with the big hit on the quarterback as he rolls from his backside. Just made contact. No chance for any completion there. Good pressure from that line throughout that entire series.
Jeff Wyverly on to kick it away for CB West. Low kick, not a very long kick, going to take a Pennridge bounce. Taken by Cochan, who gets back to near the 49-yard line. The play is blown dead. Into the first quarter, and CB West trying to make it 57 victories in a row, enjoying a 7-0 lead after 12 minutes of action.
At 9, it's your turn to ask the doctor on CN8 On Call.
Have medical issues that need explanation? Give this doctor in the house a call with your concerns and questions.
That's tonight on CN8 On Call at 9 o'clock.
There was this kid that was like 17. He came to a school with a gun.
We didn't know if it was fake or real.
I have a knife and you don't. Ha 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 ha.
It scares me.
Our children need our help to deal with tough issues, like violence. Please, talk with your kids.
The Rams go back on offense to start the second quarter here in Doylestown. Ken Phelps and Brad Sparsus with you from War Memorial Field here at CB West High School, and it's 1st and 10 Pennridge. Rams trailing this one 7-0 to start the second quarter. Jason Rhodes around the right side. Brought down on a terrific play by Dave Camburn on defense. Great pursuit that time.
He's been very involved in this game already. See the great speed, as we've talked about several times, this entire defense, not just the defensive backs. A good tackle here, trying to pull out the football at the same time. Gets his man.
Camburn brings Rhodes down after gain of a yard. 2nd down and 9. Ball at the CB West 44-yard line. Little shuttle pass this time right up the middle, and plenty of running room for John Cochan. He is down across the 25 and was finally brought down at the 20-yard line. Great execution that time between Hollenbach and Cochan.
James West finally brought him down, but it's one of those plays you allow some penetration, let the defensive move here come right past the ball carrier and shuffle it on forward, and a big gain this time. Run strongly there by Cochan. West finally prevents the score. Going to need some deception with this offense. Keep CB West off balance.
Cochan, tough back to bring down on that play. Broke 2 or 3 tackles. Whistles and flags on 1st down and 10 for Pennridge.
Looked like Cochan was moving forward there before that snap had taken place.
Ball start. What do you offense?
That'll back him up 5 yards. It'll be 1st down and 15. You see our officiating crew tonight, led by Bill Scanlon, the referee.
They're as bundled up as possible. It'll be interesting to see the direction Pennridge is moving right now. If the wind is any factor with the passing game, we've seen the 2 kicks in that direction very short. 1 punt, 1 opening kick that did not carry well at all. And it's not only cool, but a cool wind.
Low tonight expected around 32 degrees. The wind is going to make it significantly cooler than that. And the temperature will only get lower as the night goes on. Hollenbach drops back. Going over the middle, looking for a man off the fingertips of Cochan. And I'm not sure he was expecting that pass. It looked like he slid up a little bit at the 10 and then kept going and almost got a hand on it anyway.
Yeah, he had the quickest defensive back with him, Zach Ingram, who can flat out fly, who was shoulder to shoulder with him, but Cochan helped him out a little bit. I don't think he, as you mentioned, expected that ball to be thrown. Floated it up. It wasn't all that bad of a toss, and if he kept running right through that football, had a chance for the score.
That'll bring up 2nd down at 15. Hollenbach obviously throwing into the wind, so showing that he has plenty of arm strength to lead the offense. This time a little reverse. Rhodes trying to get to the outside, and Camburn comes up with another big play on pursuit.
That was tremendous. Just waiting for the quarterback to throw a block. No such luck. Cameron just too quick. Watch Hollenbach out here seeing if he can pick somebody off. Well, he's ahead of the ball carrier. No chance. Cameron just pulls him down from behind for a loss. Great speed, great tackle.
At the beginning of that play, Patrick Jarrett came in for CB West and almost brought Rhodes down as soon as he took the handoff. Dave Camburn there to clean things up. 3rd down and 16. 3 receivers right side for Hollenbach. Looking for some help. Hollenbach maybe back to the line of scrimmage and not a whole lot more. Will bring up 4th down.
Well, Varillo this time on the stop. Trying to move it around as much as you possibly can, especially the quarterback in some sort of motion. You're really seeing Cochan with the best moves offensively if he comes over on this near side, on the left side, but any speed move to the right or up the middle has really been stopped here consistently by CB West. See a good hit there leveled on that right side of Hollenbach.
The last time Pennridge faced a 4th down situation, they were able to convert, facing a 4th and 15 here with 8:48 remaining in the 1st half. Hollenbach going to throw, has a man over the middle, and it goes incomplete, in and out of the hands of Jason Rhodes. CB West will take over on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 bucks. When we come back, 8.5 minutes left in the 2nd quarter here on CN8.
Are you tired of trash TV and news you can't use? I'm Steve Adubato. Join me as I go one-on-one with authors, actors, journalists, CEOs, and sometimes politicians. People who make a difference. One-on-one, I'll ask the questions that you want answered.
Go one-on-one with Steve Adubato Sunday through Thursday at 6:30 on CN8. One-on-one with Steve Adubato is sponsored by PSE&G, the St. Barnabas Healthcare System, Shearing Plow Foundation, Seton Hall University, First Union National Bank, and the CIT Group.
1st down and 10 now for CB West. Bucks up in this one 7-0. Running up in the I formation. They give to the up back to Giacomo. He runs through a couple of tackles and gets out to the 35-yard line. He'll be a couple shy of a first down. Giacomo tonight consistently getting about 8 yards a carry, it seems.
Yeah, that's right. And for CB West right now, I think if you're going to handle somebody on that interior line on Pennridge side, Colin Delaney, that 6'4", 275 junior, made a couple of nice stops on that last series. Maybe target him a little bit, try to get him out of the way. He seemed to be the most consistent play stopper so far for Pennridge.
And CB West calls their second time out of the half. They want to talk things over, and based on the forward progress of Phil DiGiacomo on that last play, they gave him all the way out to the 36-yard line. So the couple that he was short, they got on the spot, and it is a first down and 10 for CB West instead of second down and short.
Well, you're playing a team as good as CB West is, and the streak speaks volumes for their abilities, but Rhodes had a chance to make a big catch there in that last series for Pennridge. And you remember, he's had the shoulder problems, and other than taking a hit, maybe the toughest thing to do with the shoulder ailment is to lift those arms up and make a catch. That ball is right about helmet height, put the arms up right off of his hands, and if he makes that catch, tries to develop that drive a little further, especially with that field position. Tough break, and now CB West comes right back, and what happens? First couple of plays are already two powerful runs and a quick first down.
CB West already a little more impressive than they have been lately. Mike Carey saying earlier this week that, you know, hey guys, right now we're in a funk. All the winning has made us fat and lazy. We've got to play our best or there will be a lot of tears. And I think that's the sentiment not only among the coaching staff, among some of the people here in the press box, that if CB West has a lackluster game, Pennridge will come in and play a close one and have a chance to end the state's longest winning streak. Right now, CB West holding a 7-0 lead. Play action. DiGiacomo with the catch and has a blocker and a first down across midfield. Flag on the play.
That's a flag where you might see a face mask, but we'll see what the call is here.
We're on the far side of the field.
Yeah, interesting angle.
With the call from Bill Scanlon.
Illegal push in the back on the black. White.
Let's see if we can pick up the block in the back. DiGiacomo out in the flat, wide open, and here's the quick push to the backside, and that's a good call. He was touching his back, not necessarily blocking his back. There was contact.
I've said this once and I'll say it again. The most guilty indication in the world is when you throw your hands up as if you've not done anything. Giacomo right now, 83 yards. He has the touchdown, the lone touchdown in the game, and only on 9 carries, just over 9 yards per carry. So I was even underestimating him a little bit moments ago.
Very impressive start. I imagine we'll see a football again here quickly.
Right up the middle this time. DiGiacomo to about the 38-yard line, or correction, to the 44-yard line.
You know, we saw the quote there from Mike Carey about trying to keep his team hungry, and you look for different reasons and different ways to motivate week to week. I can see doing that during the streak, during the regular season, but at this point, hey, you're in postseason football right now, and you know one and done. And that sort of philosophy, I think, is much easier to forget about the streak at this point, even though tonight is a meaningful one to take another step in the history books. But, hey, they're after a title.
Yeah, coaches at all levels will tell you, if you can't get up for a playoff game, you have no business being on the field. Second down and short again for CB West. It's a situation they've been familiar with tonight. DiGiacomo carries for the first down out to the 48-yard line. And I guess, I don't know if you would call it a moral victory, but Pennridge held him to about 4 or 5 yards on that carry.
Yeah, when you only need 2, that's not good enough. And the situation here, that pile is just consistently moving on this drive. The last series, Pennridge made a couple of nice stops, even pushing and making a hit behind the line of scrimmage, and then would perhaps miss the tackle. But here, the whole pile is surging here, at least that opening 2 or 3 yards. And DiGiacomo gets his speed up, and with that great size, quick gain.
First down and 10 Bucks. Bob Warden this time as they switch things up, and he gets close to 9 yards, and We'll have another second down and short yardage situation for CB West. And Pennridge last time out, the defense did a good job turning CB West away. This is looking a lot more like that first drive.
Yeah, we see the senior Warden here running hard. I mentioned the difference between he and DiGiacomo. Still both pretty good size. A little more of an upright runner as Warden at 6'2". Another big game.
Different running styles between Warden and DiGiacomo. Same size. 6'2", 215. It's almost unfair to have that many running backs that big on one team. Going to pitch to Warden this time, right side. Runs out of a couple tackles, but he'll have another first down at the Pennridge 40-yard line.
Well, nothing lazy about the start here for CB West. See a lot of active bodies, even Camburn on this play, throwing a nice block as he's coming from the far side. And Warden again running hard, picking up that first down.
We have an official's timeout as Warden checks his equipment. Look at the first down. CB West able to march right down the field. That first play was 16 plays and 90 yards. Very impressive. And this game has been, I'm sure, a lot more like what Mike Carey would have hoped from his squad than what he's seen over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, and Pennridge will feel good based on the scoreboard, only 7-0, but time of possession and yardage, big discrepancies.
Warden again to the left side. Penalty flag in on the play, and I think we're going to have a holding call. We'll wait for the official indication. Gain of about 6 on the play if it stands.
Here they go, pushing it back. Put it black.
Well, a thump above our heads from the CB West coaches. They're unhappy hearing that. They've got a cool perch tonight, top of the press box, as the coaches normally are. Watching that, you can see some distaste for that call from Mike Carey. I don't think he agrees.
10-yard penalty. First down.
This has been one of the few ways to stop, though, CB West here tonight. A few penalties, and they have been penalties that have followed up positive, 6 to 8 yard plays. And from what we have seen on the replays, not necessarily penalties that have created the game.
First down for CB West. Backed up 14 yards. DiGiacomo turns it up, trying to get to the sidelines and can't do it. Or that's Bob Warden on the carry, rather. He got out to the 40, so back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and 10.
And you see Warden looking inside past one good block. Can't find enough. Good pursuit there from Pennridge.
Tarbutton, the last guy to bring him down for the Rams. And CB West has pulled down their last time out, and some of the local media dropping in to check out this big matchup here in the sub-regional semifinals. CB West and Pennridge, and the Bucks leading this one by a touchdown.
Signing up for your energy suppliers with New Jersey Energy Choice has just gotten easier
And faster.
Now you can switch suppliers online, as well as in person or through the mail. Just type in njenergychoice.com and link with the electricity or natural gas supplier of your choice to sign up. It's safe, secure, and easier than ever before.
njenergychoice.com. The fastest way to sign up, hands down.
4:42 remaining until the intermission. CB West up by 7 with the football. DiGiacomo lined up at quarterback. Steps out of a couple tackles, but he's not going to evade the second group. Dropped all the way back at the 45-yard line, and about 5 white jerseys get up off the running back / QB.
Well, that time I think they saw that DiGiacomo had gotten himself behind center. Everybody ganged up at the line of scrimmage and stretched that out on the far left side and held him to a loss of nearly 5. See that defense that has been overworked during this first half, and good chase this time, finally pushing back DiGiacomo, his biggest loss of the evening.
Yeah, the Rams defense has been on the field for a long time here in the first half. Oriole rolling out right side on 3rd down. Throws it up long. And that ball falls incomplete, out of bounds, and it will be 4th down for CB West. And the Rams defense comes up with the bend but don't break, shutting down the CB West offense near midfield.
This ball floating downfield, landed about 2 yards out of bounds. No chance there for Ingram to haul it in. A spot here, though. Pennridge gets the football, and let's see what they can do offensively. But if they go into the half only down by 7, that's got to be a big boost after that opening drive from CB West.
Nearly blocked. I don't know how Bross got it out of there, and he gets a good CB West bounce. It's going to go inside the 10 and be down to the 6-yard line. And what a turn of events from almost having a block to pinning Pennridge deep in their territory.
Watch the bodies here nearly make contact with the football. Coming in hard. A quick check of the football, get the laces up, and just coming up shy. Some good speed there from the far side, coming in, nearly getting a piece of that football. Nick Werheim, part of that pursuit. Now you better make sure you get yourself a 1st down, otherwise you're giving up that football with great field position for CB West.
Yeah. Little misdirection. Goes right up the middle across the 10-yard line for Pennridge. Jim Harris, the ball carrier. See the CB West defense. For Mike Carey to call a lackluster play over the last 4 weeks, that's a pretty impressive number right there.
There's lackluster for teams that have won 10 in a row. There's lackluster for teams that have won 56 in a row, I guess. And CB West looking awfully good.
And the Bucks fumbled 3 times and played flat last week against Upper Darby in the 1st round and won 32-8. Oh, 2nd down. Drilled behind the line of scrimmage that time by Gavin Potter. The senior linebacker comes up to make a big hit.
Used all 190 pounds to lay out on that, and a little stinger there maybe with that right shoulder. It's the handoff here and instantaneous contact. Big time hit. Great timing by Potter, and he was drooping that right shoulder after contact.
He came right by the offensive guard, Derek Ketterer, and just flew through the gap to make the hit. And the Rams are going to call a timeout on 3rd down with 2:13 remaining here in the 2nd quarter of action.
Now Potter's still favoring that right side a little bit as he takes off the headgear. It's one of those things you guessed right. He picked the spot and he torpedoed in there. Real big hit.
Rhodes didn't even have time to think about an evasive maneuver.
Now you've got Jeff Hollenbach here with a big play call. 3rd and 7. But more importantly is with this 2:13 left, the field position you're going to give up. You got to look to chew up a little clock, and you get that 1st down, all the better. But you cannot give up the football. Remember the kicks in this direction.
I see Hollenbach saying this week, we're playing a great football team, but it's a great situation for them to be in. He just wants to enjoy it and play good, solid football. And these Rams, you know, it's kind of a hump you have to get over. You get into postseason play. They lost in the 1st round to CB West last year. They open up this year in the 1st round with CB East and avenged that opening week loss. Lost 31-28 to start things out this season and came back and got a 13-7 win last week. And it's that first taste of postseason victory for the Rams.
Hey, that quote just means, well, we're just happy to be here. We're really a big underdog. Well, he's confident. He knows his team has a shot to knock off the top dog.
Third down here for the Rams. Cochan in motion to the far side. Hollenbach drops back under pressure, gets rid of it, and it is going to fall incomplete. Hollenbach nearly brought down in the end zone for the safety, but was able to get rid of it, and on comes the punting crew for Pennridge.
Watch Hollenbach as he moves back into the end zone, and quick chase. Yarnell coming back in quickly.
See the receiving crew back deep for CB West. DiGiacomo and Dave Camburn, both very speedy. Air lined up inside the 50. High kick coming down, going to be taken by Camburn at the 39. And he's got blockers, and they've got a wall set up. He's running down the sidelines, and is brought down inside the 10, but a flag on the play back near the 42-yard line.
This will be an interesting call because it looked like a Pennridge player had made a push here, maybe made some contact with CB West player that...
On the black.
That's going to push him back again. Every time we see Camburn grab the football with a positive play, there's a big violation. And the CB West fans very unhappy with that, even in their frigid condition. Could be an interesting night for the band there, Ken. I'm not sure how they're going to manipulate the woodwinds tonight.
Do you have to worry about your instruments freezing up on a night like this?
This is where you just act like you're playing. Camburn, who slips this one quick dive here, and there's the little push from the backside.
I think James West, the culprit there. That brings up first down and 10 back inside CB West territory at the 48. Oriole with a pump fake, going left side. Spin move and then got drilled at the 45.
Matt Tarbut stood him up after a nice spin move there by Oriole to gain a couple of extra yards before he was uprooted.
He evaded that first tackler, and he took a couple of shots.
When you spin around like that, you're not sure what's coming in your direction. There are two big green guys.
And second down, Oriole rolling right side. Little pump fake. Going deep. Nearly a terrific one-handed grab for CB West by Fran Golden. I think the fans and the coaching staff wanting a little pass interference, but no flag on the play.
Pretty good coverage there in pursuit. Chasing down Golden. See this, laying with the one hand. There was a little contact, but I don't think anything worth the pull of the flag there. Here you see the big hit to finish up this play, and it's Tarbut, number 27, that will make the secondary contact there and straighten up Oriole.
Third down situation for the Bucks. 1:17 left. Oriole rolling right again. As a man over the middle of the field, and that ball is knocked away on a terrific defensive play by Jim Stevenson.
Well, Stevenson's only 5'10". He needed every inch to lay out here and get a fingertip on this football. Excellent play right over the elbow of the receiver and tipping that ball away. That is perfect time. Great play.
Kept the left hand off the back.
Sure did.
Terrific defensive play for Pennridge.
You see Stevenson. You know, secondary here for Pennridge has really come up with some big plays, not only stopping some of these runs from being real big gains, but some good pass coverage.
The Bucks going to go for it on fourth down. They give to Warden. Second effort, he's going to spring loose and get it across the 40-yard line. Pennridge had him stopped, and Warden kept going and got the first down.
Now you just have to finish up the tackle. You had at least 5 different Pennridge players here making some sort of contact. Here you go with one. It's the backside of one defender, but he's bouncing, stretching it out, moving, keeping the feet moving the entire time. First down by a couple.
You've got to bring him down on that first play. Oriole going left side, rolling out this time. Throwing down the field, going to fall incomplete.
Got to credit the offensive line for CB West because they have spun around the defensive line of Pennridge so much so by the time that first hit is made, it's always off balance, a little disoriented of knowing exactly where that ball carrier is, and they're not getting any sort of leverage, and you have to have that against the powerful running game of CB West.
With just 45 seconds left in the half, we'll take a look. These teams, we did have a common opponent, even despite different divisions. Both played CB East. Pennridge split 2 games with them. CB West won handily, 28-7, back in the middle of October. Oriole going to throw again. Gordon caught at the 30 and pushed out of bounds, and that will stop the clock with 38 seconds left. Hard to believe we've played 24 minutes of football. CBW has had the football this much, and they're only up 7-0.
Well, Pennridge, if they can somehow slip out of this half with just a 7-point deficit, they feel great. Right now, the defensive line is fatigued. I mean, they are chasing guys all over the place. Here, a perfect pass play here for the gain of just enough for the first down. But that defensive line, some big guys up there that have been on that field for about 70% of this first half.
Oriole going to throw on first down. Looked left initially and then right, and a terrific defensive hit that time. Coming up to make the stop is Tim Hager. He timed it perfectly to knock the ball out of the hands of Zach Ingram.
Yeah, ball arrived, and so did the big hit. Watch this as Oriole finds his man, lets loose. Good pass play here, but the hit by Hager. There it is. Wow, that's instantaneous right there. Perfect defensive play, and couldn't hold on.
Ingram did not even have half a second to get a handle on the football, and Hager was taking him out. Second down. Oriole under pressure, dropped all the way back at the 40-yard line. Ryan Cook, the junior defensive tackle, coming up to make the big play.
Seen a couple of big-time plays, and Stevenson also involved. And a big pushback this time. Watch Stevenson come in untouched, wraps him just around the thighs, and takes down Oriole. Terrific play.
Third down, the clock rolling. Somehow they got the play off, and this one's going to fall incomplete. Boy, it nearly had the half expire on them before they got off one play and didn't get much out of it. We go to the intermission, and CB West apparently dominating the football game, but not doing it on the scoreboard. They are leading this one after 2 quarters by a touchdown. We'll come back with some halftime statistics and first half highlights right here on CN8.
At 9, it's your turn to ask the doctor on CN8 On Call.
Have medical issues that need explanation? Give this doctor in the house a call with your concerns and questions.
That's tonight on CN8 On Call at 9 o'clock.
There was this kid that was like 17. He came to a school with a gun.
We didn't know if it was fake or real.
I have a knife and you don't. Ha 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 ha.
It scares me.
Our children need our help to deal with tough issues, like violence. Please, talk with your kids.
Having all these 8,000 volunteers out here really represents the broadest base commitment that we have in this region for education.
And I'm very proud that for 3 years running now, we've had more employees show up at Philly Cares Day than any other corporation in Philadelphia.
And I thank Comcast, and I thank the volunteers.
Thank you, Philadelphia. Thank you.
And welcome back. Halftime here in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. The CB West Bucks leading this district semifinal contest over the Pennridge Rams by a score of 7-0. Ken Phelps and Brad Sparsus back with you here at War Memorial Field on a very, very chilly night in Doylestown. The temperature should drop below freezing at some point tonight. Good crowd on hand. The marching band from Pennridge High School on to entertain the crowd here at halftime. Tremendous amount of people for this contest, and obviously, reason being, big contest. As far as highlights go, Brad, only one really scoring highlight that you would anticipate. Big play coming up here for Phil DiGiacomo.
Well, DiGiacomo, who had been hitting the hole so quickly and making some contact right about interior line time, but breaking that first tackle, and this is one of his easier runs of the night, the touchdown, the only touchdown of the game.
Well, his blockers on that play looking for somebody to hit on some of these other plays, and been no problem with that. There have been some big ones tonight.
Now, absolutely. You got Oriole here looking for his man open. Look at Stevenson on this first hit, then a spin move by Oriole, and then there's a little cleanup job.
Dan Reinheimer comes in to lay the big hit on the quarterback Oriole, but the Bucks have not been the only ones subject to big hits.
No, we'll see a quick hit this time coming in from that far left side and a dive in a quick chase and a beautiful tackle that time by Gavin Potter.
Now Rhodes, not even time to react. You see the halftime statistics there, just as we expected. A little bit of a discrepancy in yardage gain, particularly the first downs. That's a big stat right there.
Unbelievable. We also have total amount of plays, and CB West with 32 plays compared to 20 for Pennridge.
The Bucks have dominated this one so far, but the good news for the Pennridge Rams is they're only trailing 7-0, so they go on maybe make some adjustments at halftime. Still very much in this football game.
Absolutely. I think the only concern that you have for Pennridge, other than that score being down by 7, is a little fatigue factor. That defense was out on the field for such a great portion of that first half that they've got to find a way of cleaning up and making that tackle. That first hit has got to be the one that stops the running back. That is a sign of fatigue, and obviously it was wearing them down. Fortunately for them, only down by the quick score.
We'll find out if they can make the necessary adjustments in the locker room. When we come back, we'll have third quarter action from Doylestown. CB West leading this one 7-0.
Imagine a TV show made up of intelligent conversation with interesting people, artists, authors, athletes, and sometimes even politicians. Fascinating people with fascinating ideas about life and living it better. And just imagine that as we find out what makes them tick, we see insights into ourselves. That television show is alive. It's called One-on-One.
Steve Adobato's One-on-One, Sunday through Thursday at 6:30 on CN8.
Come see it all, the Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts.
We are at War Memorial Field in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, on the campus of CB West High School for this district semifinal contest between Pennridge and CB West. And the Bucks right now enjoying a 7-0 lead here as we get set for the start of the third quarter. Ken Phelps and Brad Sparsis with you on a crowded stadium, and you know, even the cheerleaders need a break at halftime. Get a little pizza.
Nice little warm food. Keep bundled up as best as possible. And with a huge crowd here, though, great support for both of these schools. Really, Pennridge has traveled tremendously well. I wouldn't say critical. I don't think you can have a critical drive only down by 7. But if you can come up with that score here to even this quickly, a real boost here for Pennridge. Also, give that defense a little continued rest. They've got the half now under their belt, and maybe they can settle in here for the second half, because it is a big mismatch for everything but that one all-important category, and it's just a 7-0 score.
Jeff Hollenbach hoping to have made the adjustments in the locker room. If they can get into the end zone here, boy, that would be a big break for them, and more importantly, keep their defense off the field and give those guys a break. We saw the disparity in the numbers of plays. 32 for CB West, 20 for North Penn. That defense had to be exhausted going to the locker room.
Yeah, certainly. And Mike Carey talked about his team being flat and a little lazy in the past. Well, at times they look like a power, but they have not finished off a drive or a series but once so far in this game, and I'm sure that's something he addressed at the half as well.
And that was the opening drive of the game. So from that point on, Pennridge has been able to stand up and make it stick. And a very high short kick going to be taken by Koshan at about the 33-yard line, and he'll get down to the 37, a 4-yard return, and so Pennridge will start with relatively good field position to begin the third quarter of action here on CN8. Koshan with a decent night so far as well, only 4 carries, but 74 yards. The bulk of them coming on a run down the far sideline back in the first half that would have been a touchdown had not Gavin Potter gotten just a hand on him to make him step barely out of bounds.
He was inches away from 31 additional yards and tying the score.
Start the second half with Pennridge on offense, first down and 10. Shan right up the middle, not a lot of trickery with that play, and they get about 5 or 6 yards out to the 43.
Well, Pennridge isn't going to change their strategy offensively. They're going to continue to pound the football, just see if they can be more efficient and effective at what they do best, and that's continue to run in between the tackles here, and as they run hard, try to move that pile and get a little momentum. Remember, this is somewhat of a plodding offense that can continue to hit you, and maybe their offense can try to get a little bit of fatigue factor on the CB West side.
21 make sure we give the appropriate credit there. Jimmy Harris, the ball carrier on the last play. Switch up the formation a little bit for the Rams this time, and now Christian in motion. They give it to Rhodes on a little reverse, and he's got running room into the secondary all alone, and he will go in for the score. No flags on the play, and with 1 minute and 1 second off the second half clock, the Rams strike very quickly and are back in the ball game.
That entire first half, the statistical mismatch is over. Brand new ball game, tied up, and that big play, remember they were an inch away from a big play in the first half, but a little push out of bounds. This time Rhodes just busts right back up and gets into the secondary. Nobody can catch him. It's a guy you can see his shoulder wrapped up there. He's got an injury, playing hurt, and an enormous play here.
Trent Greiser on for the extra point to tie this ball game at 7. And it's up, and he splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So the good news for the Pennridge Rams is they're tie ball game. Now it's a two-quarter ball game. Everything is even. The bad news is here comes defense back out onto the field. They didn't get a lot of rest, really.
Well, the entire half, they were told, hey, we are in this game, even though we've been outplayed in many different categories. We're only down by 7. Guess what? Now it's a fresh start all around. Let's take a look at this scoring play one more time as Hallenbach finds Rhodes, and as he slips through, he's not touched after 2 good blocks. Picked off a couple of linebackers this time, and Rhodes all the way for the touchdown.
So just under 11 minutes here in the third quarter.
Another good look at it as he...
Boy, how close was Nick Daly to breaking that up in the backfield? He was right there.
Timing everything with this offense, and their deception has backfired a couple of times in the game, not here.
So Rhodes goes 57 yards on that play.
Somewhat set up by a very poor opening kick here for the second half. In pretty good field position, but a big play score.
Jason Rhodes with his 14th touchdown of the year, and the ball fumbled by West, but it looks like he fell back on top of it at the 29-yard line, and CB West dodged a bullet. What a break that would have been for the Rams to come up with a second consecutive offensive possession. Not much of a scoring drive, almost a misnomer there on that play. 2 plays, they go the distance.
Yeah, 57-yard run there by Rhodes, the scoring play. Boy, the kicking game here for both teams, that's a strategy. I'll pop it up to the upbacks.
First down and 10 for CB West. The far sidelines have come to life. The Ram fans liking the start of this second half. DiGiacomo, maybe a couple of yards, and that brings a roar out of the Rams crowd from across the field. They will bring up second down and about 7, and that's a little bit of a change also from the first half. DiGiacomo consistently setting CB West up in the first half with 2nd and 2, 2nd and 1.
See the initial hit here, and he goes no further, where he was spinning and kicking his way through tacklers in the first half.
Well, there's some big guys up front for Pennridge as well. The name that jumped out there, number 75, Alex Suter, 6'4", 230. He's just a sophomore.
Yeah, Delaney, a junior at 6'4", 275.
They pitch to Warden, far side, and he's got the corner still on his feet, trying to stay in bounds and can't do it. He had a touchdown. One man had the angle on him well down the field, but Warden has a big gain, and it would have been much bigger if he could have tiptoed the line.
Some big frustration. He knows about 10 yards before he goes out of bounds that he's going to go out of bounds. He just can't keep his momentum as he's pushed all the way to the outside. A little push here to trip him up, and oh boy, let's see where he is marked for going out of bounds. It may have been a little further back than first anticipated, and the officials did spot it just right.
Only got to the Pennridge 47-yard line, so a break for the Rams. A good play to push him out of bounds. Matt Tarbut. And a wholesale shift on offense for CB West. They're going to pitch to Ward, trying to get to the corner again. Penalty flag flies in on the play, and Tarbut pushes him out of bounds, and the CB West fans are not happy, and they're going to get called for a hold.
Be curious to see who they flagged on that. James West. Little point here towards James West. Possible hold. Junior running back. But very unhappy about that call. Obviously, you can see Mike Carey.
For the offense, first down.
Now that'll back him up to a 1st and 20 situation with the ball spotted all the way back at the 43. That's DiGiacomo. DiGiacomo bringing down. Who's that he's bringing down? Looks like Tim Hager, D-back up to make a play. Warden, the ball carrier, gets 7 or so, back out to midfield. When CB West, that has been a problem for them too through the first half and here early in the second half. Penalties on big plays. They haven't made a lot of mistakes, but they've made crucial mistakes.
Yeah, we really didn't mention it, that the statistical mismatch in favor of Pennridge would be the penalty flag. Certainly, CB West has been pulled back, and most notably with those runs you mentioned, anything from 8 to 15-yard gains that have been pulled back. A lot of running backs, too. The violators there, not necessarily linemen.
And CB West going to call their first time out of the second half to talk things over. So some confusion, and
Mike Carey not happy. He's got his hands on his side as his entire team comes over. He's got to kind of resettle his ball club here. A team with a ton of experience, winning tradition, and obviously this streaking ball club looking for a title shot again, but right now a little off kilter. And he was concerned about that coming into this football game. The first drive, I didn't think he had any concerns, but Pennridge has certainly jumped into his plans as possibly snapping their winning ways.
Now, the Bucks looked very impressive on that first drive. Pennridge, meanwhile, after that drive, hung in there, stayed in the ball game. They come out of the locker room in the second half, and now, after that touchdown, how big does that stop towards the end of the first half where they're able to keep CB West from putting another touchdown on the board?
And as long as the score is even, or if they can get the lead, that's their style of play. Just slow it down, grind it out, eat up the clock.
Second down for CB West.
There you go.
And we're going to have movement. I'm not sure if it's going to be a false start.
It looked like Ingram jumped, so there's the shot of Ingram as he's walking back towards the huddle. He thinks he's the guilty party.
False start. Ingram jumped forward. It looked like there was some movement on both sides. And the penalty flag is going to go against CB West, so they'll be backed up even further.
Boy, penalty after penalty, and now they really need that big run to jump in here and get them back into first down range right now, 19 yards to go.
Tied at 7, 9.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. CB West facing second down and a mile. They give to DiGiacomo, and he's out to the 46-yard line into Pennridge territory. Still about 9 yards shy of a first. It'll be third down.
So that clock continued to tick away, and that's exactly what Pennridge wants to see take place, especially when they're on the defensive end. A lot of time being run off without a lot of activity on the field, which is great for them. They can kind of get their bearings once again. They've got to be well rested now. They were grinding it out in that first half and fatigue, but ever since the half now, certainly all the momentum in their direction.
Big third down here for the Bucks. Oriole going to roll out. Right side, looking for a man. A little curl pattern, complete to Ingram, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line, and so the Bucks come up with a much-needed conversion on third down.
Well, Ingram, who was guilty of a violation earlier, and this is not a real good play by the Pennridge defense. They had given 10-yard cushion here to Ingram, who is so fast. I guess you're going to be protective of the deep ball, but not on a 3rd and 9 sort of a play there where they backed him up. He just came back on a little curl and made the catch. Clearly a first down.
Tim Hager on the coverage there for the Rams. CB West has a first down and 10. Just outside the Pennridge 30-yard line. Hamlin in motion. They give to DiGiacomo right up the middle. Typical Phil DiGiacomo running there, about 9 yards on that carry.
DiGiacomo continues to lower his head and put in some punishment, but here's this offensive line. Look at this. This time, not too much contact here for DiGiacomo for that first 4 or 5 yards. It's only the last 2 that he gains on his own. Great job of the line again.
Second down, they give to DiGiacomo again, running right through tackles, carrying the pile all the way across the 15-yard line. They're going to mark forward progress right to the stripe, and it'll be first down and 10 from the 15.
And Josh Sands, 6'3" senior, flattened his man on the block. Pancake from Jim Roberts, a 6'6", 305-pounder. Watch this, 72 is the man who gets flattened here. Taken all the way down to the ground. Terrific block. DiGiacomo, plenty of room. Wow, that's something, taking down a 300-pounder.
CB West looking impressive so far on this drive. And I think we're going to have a little motion before the start. Oriole didn't come up from underneath center right away, so I think the play got started before he was ready.
Dead ball, false start on the offense.
That will cost him 5, and it'll be first down and 15. They're going to move the ball back to the 20-yard line.
You've got a ton of talent, but just losing any sort of momentum that starts to get rolling here with these penalties. They get a nice big gain, a couple of positive plays, then a quick penalty flag to back them up again. This drive is somewhat reminiscent, though, of that first one of the ball game, which they did score and had the ball for a good chunk of time, 10 plays, a 5-minute drive.
Camburn goes in motion to the far side. Right up the middle again. I think James West, I believe, the ball carrier, coming off the bottom of the pile there.
Well, that's really the changeup. West is 5'9". Warden and DiGiacomo are the 6'2" guys. Trying to mix things up just a little bit. Maybe if you really want to change things, you put DiGiacomo again behind center. And we've seen that a few times in this game already. Not here.
West more of a scat back than either of the other two. Full house backfield on second down. DiGiacomo trying to turn the corner, push back. Good defensive play that time for Pennridge.
Yeah, we see some different players traveling together, and Reinheimer involved in this stop. Watch him, he's number 56. Reinheimer head-to-head here. Grabs his man and takes him down. DiGiacomo not much to be found on that play.
Reinheimer and fellow senior Matt Tarbutton bring down DiGiacomo on that play to bring up a third down. Big defensive play here for Pennridge. They give it to Warden. He's got running room. Did he get turned back? No, he's going to fall forward for the first down. Inside the 5 and a big play. Bob Warden, for the second time tonight, appears to have been stopped shy of a first down and then gets it on second effort.
Well, he uses that 6'2" frame, and you can see him with the first bit of contact that he gets, how he turns the shoulders now. He'll continue to slide for that first down and gets by a couple of yards. Keeping that knee up as long as he could. Spot gives him plenty of room for that first.
First and goal, Bucks. To give us to DiGiacomo, and he falls forward to the 2.
Now that play has worked enough times for the score. That's almost a nice setup for the next play. Let's see if they slip something outside, whether it's with DiGiacomo or Oriole holds on to the football. You have to pay so much attention here to the inside because they've been such a successful power running team that pull something around the outside and maybe a productive score here.
DiGiacomo plows through for the touchdown. Right up the gut, no trickery, no misdirection. Just straight up CB West football, and DiGiacomo powers behind the big offensive line and gets into the end zone.
Gave some sort of a buck salute there after his score. Well, that's a drive. It's the second one of the game that has resulted in a score, and each one reminiscent of the other. Long, drawn out. A lot of positive runs there. And this one, they handled and made up for all the penalty flags.
And Ross puts the extra point between the uprights, and just that quickly, CB West comes back to answer Pennridge's scoring drive to open the second half. And the Bucks now lead at 14-7. I'm sure Mike Carey happy to be able to come back and respond. You never know in a situation, the score by Pennridge happens so quickly right out of the locker room. You really got to wonder how your kids are going to respond. I think he's got to be happy with what they came up with.
See DiGiacomo just lower the blow. He's in already right now. He's still not going down. Realizes he has the touchdown. Nice lead block. Again, involved in almost every play offensively. Camber, that time his lead blocker, number 41. 12 plays there on that scoring drive. See that 70-yard gain. So that very first drive, 10 plays for 90 yards. So long, drawn-out drives leading the offense here for CB West. See if we can get our first good kick of the game.
Andy Bross, the senior kicker, will put it in play from his own 40-yard line with 4:42 left here in the third quarter. Squib kick this time hits the up man, but it's taken by Coach Shan, and he's got a few blockers and gets out close to the 38-yard line. So a little bit of a change in strategy there for the Bucks. Pennridge still with some decent field position to start this drive. Take a look at the rushing yards. CB West over the 200-yard mark, but Pennridge, thanks to that 57-yard run last drive, jumped up there to 141, but they're still trailing significantly.
Oh, and both teams have had the potential for bigger plays that they have just missed. A little push out of bounds, a little touch of the sideline, just avoiding a big scoring play.
First down and 10 for the Rams. A couple of yards on the carry for Jimmy Harris. Out across the 40-yard line.
Up back this time, 6'1" Harris. A couple yards there on that first down play. See how they answer back. Of course, they had the big play for their one and only score of the game, but that drive was off to a pretty good start where they had several positive running plays before the big breaker by Rhodes.
Rhodes goes in motion for the Rams. Little play action, and Hollenbach hit as he threw by Patrick Jarrett. Jarrett a couple of times tonight has been quick into the backfield, and that's the closest he's come to actually making a tackle, though he's had a hand in breaking up a number of plays tonight.
Yeah, he had a hit in the end zone earlier in this ball game. Comes up here with the big stick. Hollenbach trying to stay in there as long as he can, but couldn't get enough on that football.
Sam Hollenbach, the quarterback, son of head coach Jeff Hollenbach. That's really a family tradition here at Pennridge. Jeff's father was a coach here at Pennridge High School back in the 50s. Out of the shotgun this time. Little shovel pass going to no one in particular. And that's going to be incomplete. And I'm not even sure who that was intended for.
Our man Patrick Jarrett was involved once again in the backfield quickly. That little shuffle pass had to be split in between two defenders just to get it out of the way. Avoid the sack.
Jason Rhodes will come on to punt it away for Pennridge. DiGiacomo and Camburn back deep. Good high kick. A little fake reverse action, and Camburn blazing down the sidelines. Rhodes is the only man that can catch him, forces him to cut back. He misses, and Camburn is going to go in for the score. And fortunately for Dave Camburn, this time there are no penalty flags. This touchdown will stand for number 41.
So many potential big plays for Camburn, and when he doesn't have the ball, he's been making positive plays. This time they fake a reverse, and really nobody bit on the fake reverse, but they still couldn't catch him on that far sideline. Wow.
In a heartbeat, the Bucks have jumped out 20-7.
There's the big play. We talked in the pregame that this is a quick strike offense, or at least capable of the quick strike. That's their first one of the game.
And the extra point is good, and it is a 2-touchdown lead in the blink of an eye for the home-standing CB West Bucks. left in the third quarter. CB West up 21-7.
Oh, this is great because Camber now is finally going to be mentioned in the stat column here because he's done so many things without the ball well. Here he fakes the reverse on that return and takes off here. Not even touched. He makes a decision here. You know what? I'm not going to blow by this guy. I'm going to slip this one tackle, look over both shoulder. Clean sailing here for the touchdown on the punt return. 67-yard punt return by Camber. He's made a lot of active defensive plays, and this time coming up on the special team side, punt return, and suddenly that scoreboard, which had been cooperating with Pennridge throughout the entire ball game, all of a sudden a real uphill battle right now. 2 scores, and this game has been flying by. Only 3.5 to go in the third.
John Fox, the junior, back deep to receive this kick. Andy Bross will put it in play, and kick squibs along the ground. Taken by the up man, Cochan, who had a knee on the ground, and he cannot advance it any further at the 24-yard line. That's where the Rams will start on offense, and they really need to respond here.
That's some strategy there on that kick. If you can get that low ground ball past the upbacks and a little deeper into the return team, there's a little fear factor there of mishandling that ball. So you dropped the knee, kind of like the shortstop there, trying to pick up that ball cleanly. Unfortunately, the knee already down, no return.
The Bucs sidelines beneath us have come to life, fans and players included. Strung out along the line of scrimmage.
Again, the great speed of this defense for CB West. This time Adam Scholl, number 32. Watch him just horse collar his man and take him down quickly. As what, a gang of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tacklers. Defense that was not on the field very often in the first half is having a pretty good showing here in the second half. Just one big play for Pennridge, and that's really their offense.
After the loss of a yard, it'll be second down here for Pennridge. Hollenbach going to throw it. Out to Cochan. Has the catch and is tackled out to the 36-yard line and should be good enough for a first down.
Ingram on the coverage there just didn't quite have a good look because Hollenbach was staring down his receiver the entire way. As he throws, that ball looked like it was almost tipped, but slips one tackle. Positive gain there to get the offense moving a little bit. See, Hollenbach, you mentioned the great heritage in this program for that family name. That's quite a story to have that many generations involved in this program.
There's also a story across the sidelines. I'll tell you about that in a moment. They hand off straight up the middle that time to Stevenson. When you go across the sidelines, you saw pictures a moment ago of Jeff Hollenbach and Mike Carey, the respective head coaches. They actually played against each other in this rivalry, and therefore very familiar with each other, not only coaching styles, but how they played as well.
It'll bring some continuity to the program, and obviously they have done things the right way and the winning way here for both these programs.
Second down and 8 after the 2-yard gain, coming up on 1:30 left in the third quarter. Rhodes in motion. Little misdirection. Cochan, a nice movement. He's into the secondary. 30, 25, 20, running right into it. He's going to be tripped up short. A diving touchdown-saving tackle by Fran Golden, and as Cochan ran right down the middle of the field, I don't think he saw the defender coming over. He had the whole sideline to work with.
I don't see how he could not have seen him. He was on the far right side, and as he started coming back, there was a blocker out there that just could not pick off his man. But if he veers it all off to the left-hand side, easy sailing. He's actually breaking a little bit to the right, but it's an excellent effort on that diving tackle, and as you mentioned, saving a touchdown. Golden, unbelievable effort play. Not a very wise run there, even though it was such a big play by Cochin.
First and goal from the 2 for the Rams. They give to Harris, and he's stacked up and will probably lose a yard.
And Cochin, if he moves a degree to the left, he goes in with a little skip at the end for the touchdown. But now, if they don't punch it in here, a great stop here quickly. The big push there by the interior of that defense, that CB West defense that's been so active here in the second half. But they have allowed 2 very big runs in this second half for Pennridge.
Second down and goal as the Rams come to the line of scrimmage. 20 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. They're going to go the other direction with Rhodes. He cuts it up the field, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Jason Rhodes comes up with the big play, and Pennridge has responded. And with an extra point, we'll have pulled this one to within a touchdown. So a very important drive there for Jeff Hollenbach's club that they answered that punt return.
Quickly down by 2 scores, and then you fight right back. And 2 big runs that have gotten them right back in this ball game. Only down by the 1 touchdown at this point after is successful.
Extra point, nearly blocked, but it is up and between the uprights. And the score is 21-14. CB West out in front, but the Rams fighting their way back into this one. We'll be right back.
At 9, it's your turn to ask the doctor on CN8 On Call.
Have medical issues that need explanation? Give this doctor in the house a call with your concerns and questions.
That's tonight on CN8 On Call at 9 o'clock.
There was this kid that was like 17. He came to a school with a gun.
We didn't know if it was fake or real.
I have a knife and you don't. Ha 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 ha.
It scares me.
Our children need our help to deal with tough issues, like violence. Please, talk with your kids.
Now, welcome back, everybody. Just a few seconds left in the third quarter. 21-14, Bucks out in front. Jeff Hollenbach trying to get his team to fight their way back into this one. You got to be pretty impressed with that drive, answering a couple of conversions, and more importantly, a big punt return for a touchdown that could easily have taken the wind.
He's got to be very proud of his team. We'll see the touchdown here as Rhodes scores for the second time tonight. Coming from the near side as he wraps around his quarterback and slips in for the touchdown. 2 big plays. Remember that we've seen 3 now in total between these teams, but it was the CB team that was talked about having such a big return.
Camburn to Giacomo back deep. High end over end kick taken by West at the 20-yard line. And just back upfield, he'll get about a 10-yard return as he's dropped at the 30. The Bucks will take over there on first down. Take a look at the drives on that, or the numbers rather, on that scoring drive for Pennridge. 6 plays, 76 yards. Rhodes finishing it off. But they need a defensive stop here, and that is the unit for the Rams that has been on the field the most tonight. CB West controlling this game in all aspects on offense. Giacomo turns the corner just shy of a first down. And we stayed inbounds at the 38-yard line, and the clock winds down to 0 on the third quarter. And CB West, thanks to a punt return for a touchdown by Dave Camburn, enjoying a 7-point lead, 21-14 at home in this district semifinal contest here in Doylestown.
Don't come with instructions on keeping them drug-free, but if they did, this is what they'd say. Call to find out what else you can do.
12 minutes of action left here as we start the fourth quarter. Ken Phelps and Brad Sparsis with you from Doylestown, Pennsylvania. CB West High School and the Bucks and Rams battling for a spot in the district championship contest next week. A win for either team would be history here tonight. CB West would have their 57th consecutive win, which would, they already own the state record winning streak, but that 57th victory would give them the state's longest unbeaten streak. And if the Rams are able to somehow pull off the upset tonight, it will be the first 11-win season in school history. Closest they came, they have matched their mark this year that was set back in 1954 at a 10-1 season.
Yeah, they have beaten every team that they have played this year. CB East, the team that beat them in the very first game of the year, they avenged that loss, their win last week.
As we start the fourth quarter, it will be 2nd down and a yard for CB West. Oh, a little play action, and the man is wide open. If he can make the catch, Zach Ingram. A little halfback option. Phil DiGiacomo, and you know he can throw the football because he spent some time at quarterback this year.
Well, Ingram says, I'm the 4.340 guy. Just throw it high and deep. But DiGiacomo saw his man 15 yards wide open and had a little flutter on this ball. I think he got a little nervous knowing that he had himself a touchdown. He floated it, lost a little wobble there. A little fair catch made by Ingram and a big gain. But he had an easy touchdown there if that thing is laid out any deeper, because nobody's going to catch Ingram.
1st down and 10 for CB West. Potter in motion. Giacomo, the ball carrier, trying to turn a corner and is pushed out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
A great call, though, on the CB West side, because, hey, we need every single body up there to make a tackle. These guys are running so aggressively. The Giacomo, we can't bring him down with the first hit. Let's send everybody up aggressively. He's got the football. Well, a little fake trickery there results in the big play. Here's a little more of the bread and butter of the offense. Not necessarily always breaking it outside, but another positive gain.
Giacomo, left side again, turns a corner, keeps a hand down to stay up, and he falls forward into the end zone. Wow. Touchdown, CB West. We had one touchdown scored on the first drive of the first half, and in the second half, it's become a shootout.
Yeah, catch your breath now. DiGiacomo, that was an outstanding run at the very tail end. He goes backwards and backs up over Hager for the touchdown. Kept his feet the entire way, about 15 yards shy of the end zone. He went down to a 3-point stance and remained on his feet long enough for the score. Great, great run. Terrific drive. Saw everything there on that drive.
Extra point attempt is errant. Goes off to the right side, so the lead will now be 13, 27-14. CB West over Pennridge. Not a very good start to the fourth quarter for Pennridge.
No, we're talking about this team looking as good as they are ranked nationally. Well, they looked real good on this drive. See, DiGiacomo kept his feet here without touching, and this is the part I like, backing in for that final 2 or 3 yards for the touchdown. See a great balance here as he gets to the sideline. Not only staying in bounds, but staying on his feet. Right hand drops down, knees stay up, spins around, falls into the end zone for the 6. And that would be all that they would score of that missed PAT. Giacomo having a big night. Physical guy right now. He's talking about his quarterback skills. Motioning that throw there. He knew he should have thrown for one. Well, he ran for one.
.18 left in the fourth quarter. Ross will kick it away for the Bucks. Another end-over-end kick taken quickly by the up man, and that is Rich Ludwig, the senior offensive guard, showing some pretty good hands for a big guy. And I'm not quite sure of the strategy. They're kicking it short all the time because you're giving Pennridge some field position, but if they keep scoring like this, it might not matter.
Yeah, you see the 4-play drive, 70 yards, and the 30-yard run, he had a pass play of about 30 yards too. And that was DiGiacomo throwing it to Ingram. Everybody staying warm, and there's different philosophies of how to do that.
Yes. 1st and 10 Rams from the 47. Little play action. Going deep. Caught. And it's going to be a touchdown, Pennridge. Are you kidding me? Holland back to John Fox. And that is a one-play, 54-yard answer to CB West touchdown.
Well, they're going to try to make that missed PAT mean something in this ball game. There was some serious play action this time, and Fox going deep. Boy, I didn't think he could catch up to this ball. It was really laid out there by Hollenbach. But he did. He caught up and wound up in the end zone. Another big play.
Look at the expression on Mike Carey's face. He's going to get a few gray hairs after this one. Extra point here is up, and it is good. And now it is a 6-point ball game, and you've really got to wonder if Pennridge can come up with a stop. That PAT may loom very large later in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, put your seatbelts on for the 4th quarter. This is going to get a little crazy, I think.
Kind of expected this sort of a game, but not after the first half we had. Here's Hollenbach, play action, and a lot of CB West players bid on this. No help here deep. Ingram could not catch up to his man, which means that he made the wrong decision because he's so quick. He's going to stick with the receiver, but he was looking run. And Hollenbach, this pass is laid out perfectly, and Fox, super job. Outstretched and fingertips holding on to the back of the ball for the touchdown.
Well, that's what you daydream about as a receiver, breaking loose behind the secondary and having a quarterback who can lay it out there.
Now, we haven't called Fox's name that often. He hasn't been that involved, and to keep those hands warm enough to be able to haul one in like that, beautiful catch.
The Rams strike very quickly. One play to answer back, and
complicated drive.
Exactly what they needed.
Maybe a different kick style on the next play. There we go.
And that one will go out of bounds, and the penalty flag will fly in.
Well, it's better than the 10-yard ground ball kick, which set up some good field position, at least last time for Pennridge. Well, it turned out to be real good field position.
Boy, Hollenbach really showing his arm on that pass, too, because he laid it out, and it had plenty. And you're right. You and I watching that play, and I thought when he let go of it, there's no way Fox is going to catch up to it. And somehow he got there.
He did, and he was in stride and had enough composure just to put out the hands and absorb that football on his fingertips for the quick run in for the touchdown. Great play.
On the penalty, the Bucks will start at the 35. Bob Warden turned back behind the line of scrimmage. And Pennridge, the defense, has come to life.
Nick Werheim, part of the stoppage here, number 80, you see him there. Part of this defensive effort. Hey, all these big plays, well, it's keeping that defense out on the field, but they've got to get a little adrenaline going now, and it's a little easier to grab that second win when you're in the 4th quarter and a chance for a pretty solid upset here, only down by 6. Having to come up with another stop, cannot afford, obviously, another score, but also cannot afford CB West to grind some more clock here. Ample amount of time right now.
10:35 and rolling here in the 4th quarter. 2nd down and 12. Send Warden in motion to the far side this time. A little misdirection right at the middle. Breaking tackles. Dave Camburn finally brought down from behind. He's short of a first down. Out to the 43-yard line. You talk about 2 top teams, and you mentioned a solid upset, but not too much. You see the Pennsylvania Sports Fever, PASportsFever.com top 10. CB West at number 2, right behind also another national power, Erie Cathedral Prep. But look down towards the bottom. Pennridge there at number 9. So the Rams fully expected to come in and be competitive in this ball game.
Yeah, 2 top 10 teams, but if anybody snaps this 56-game streak, that is an upset unless it's that number 1 club.
Under 10 minutes to play now. 3rd down and 2. Camburn in motion. They give to DiGiacomo. Across close to midfield, rather. 47, he'll have a first down. He has been Mr. Consistency tonight, converting on 3rd down.
Yeah, he's done a terrific job, and I've also enjoyed watching Camburn make so many positive plays as well. And here, DiGiacomo, not as much in the second half here of running inside and breaking tackle after tackle. He's really slipping to the outside here quite a bit and actually picking up a little speed to pick up these first downs.
And
There have been plenty of those.
Yeah, first downs aplenty for the Bucks. Pennridge hasn't needed them. They've been striking quick and from far out. The ball is loose down at midfield.
Pennridge has it.
Pennridge football at the CB West 49-yard line. And boy, is that ever the break the Rams needed to interrupt this scoring shootout back and forth. And I don't think Oriole ever had it coming back from underneath center.
No, he looked right away. Watch as he takes his head down. He knows that ball has been kicked by now, trying to track it down. And in a quick pile, Pennridge alert, falling on that football. And now what a huge opportunity.
1st and 10 Rams at the CB West 49. One turnover apiece, a little reverse here. Jason Rhodes, they tried to run a reverse and it was snipped out. Adam Scholl, the linebacker, stayed at home and comes up with a big play.
Yeah, great discipline this time by Scholl and then cleaning it up. Jarrett also involved in the stop. You see Scholl, a senior. He's done a terrific job. We've called his name as the linebacker a few times. Grabs the jersey here and finishing up Jarrett with that hit for the stop.
They're shaking up CB West Buck back at about the 37-yard line, and it's Dave Camburn, but he is up and off under his own power, so that is a good sign. But the way he's played tonight, the Bucks could ill afford to lose him. He has been a spark plug all game long, including the punt return for a touchdown that right now is the difference in the ballgame.
Well, DiGiacomo and Camburn have been really co-players of the game so far for CB West. You would think that DiGiacomo is going to be the key guy if they can get the football back.
2nd down and 12. Cochan in motion, play action. That's caught by Rhodes, breaks a tackle and he's out near a first down, the 42-yard line. They'll bring up a 3rd down and short situation for Pennridge.
See the pass play here, slipping the one tackle, a little over pursuit, finally cleaned up. Stop there made by Potter.
That's the one situation where team speed can get you in trouble. James West is very fast, but that time Rhodes able to stop and turn back to the inside, and West went right by him. 3rd down for the Rams.
Jump there did CB West, it looks like.
Flags fly in. We'll see if there was contact made, or after the jump there was some movement on the offensive line too, so we'll see the reaction in the call. And that's going to be a 1st down on the encroachment penalty for CB West.
Big play to get the 1st down, also frees up the play calling here for Hallenbach a little bit, and won't be surprised to see him try to air one out here somewhere along the line. Big plays have been their entire offense, and this has not been their forte where they try to develop a play. You see just the one penalty on the Pennridge side, 5 for 43 yards against CB West.
Rhodes in motion. Cochan still on his feet and fights forward for a couple, but not much running room there. A little misdirection there in that Delaware wing T offense.
Pennridge really hasn't shown that they're able to move the ball by little pieces of 4- and 5-yard gains and just eat up the clock. And it seems to be the big play that has been their entire offense. And Hallenbach, a beautiful pass play on the last series. There's the one completion here for a big play, at least a good gain for them on this drive.
Less than 7 minutes to play now. 2nd down for Pennridge. Right up the middle with Harris. And again, he gets a couple, 2 or 3 yards. Down to the 33-yard line. I'll bring up 3rd down at about 5. Mike Carey hoping his defense can come up with a stop.
Well, his defense hasn't been on the field for very long in this ball game, but they've been chasing a lot of Pennridge players here in the second half.
Back to pass, picks up the blitz, and it is in and out of the hands of the big tight end, Jason Durstein. He was open, and it went right in his hands, but unable to pull it down.
Now, the throw may have been a little bit behind him. Let's take a look at it. Certainly, he did have just enough for the first down if he holds on to the football. And he's got to come back on that ball a little bit, but still hit him off the hands. And Hallenbach, who has been chased around, an accurate enough pass, that time getting off the fingers there. Drop ball.
Tough play on a cold night like tonight. 4th down coming up for Pennridge. The Bucks fans on their feet, and now the Rams fans as well. Hallenbach back to pass. The blitz is picked up again. Under pressure, loses the football, and it's CB West football. CB West recovers a big fumble, and they answer back with the second turnover of the night against the Pennridge Rams.
Gavin Potter.
5:53 left in this contest, and the Bucks come up with another big play. 27-21, CB West leading it. We'll be back for the final few minutes in just a moment.
This week on Technogenesis, what's in the drinking water?
Things like pesticides, heavy metals, chlorinated solvents, things that we have used in the past that we're still using for cleaning purposes, degreasers and things of that nature. They're toxic chemicals that they have varying effects on human health and the environment.
Keeping our water drinkable, this week on Technogenesis.
1st and 10 Bucks after the turnover. Big play. Gavin Potter came up with a loose ball. They give it to DiGiacomo, and he gets out to the 45-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play.
DiGiacomo will get the ball about 5-6 more times just like that, looking for those little gains. It was Scholl with a great defensive play, forcing that fumble, and then covered up by Potter. Let's take another quick look at it as Hallenbach drops back. See Potter already leaving his feet, but Scholl's going to come in and knock that ball loose. Potter drops on it, has the possession right now, trying to finish off this ball game with 5:25 to go.
CB West with the football now on 2nd down. Either way, they would have had the football because it was 4th down, but the turnover adding to the statistics a little bit. DiGiacomo straight forward to the 48. Bring up 3rd down and 2. It's just something more, kind of a swing in momentum.
Oh, yeah,
you get a turnover as opposed to just taking over on down.
You gain a couple yards at the same time, but also just that thrill of, hey, when you stop them on 4th down, you kind of have to put everything together and look at the scoreboard and figure it all out. That time, when you grab the football, it is officially yours, and that fumble recovery, now that offense gets off to the start, the clock's still running.
3rd and 2 from the CB West 48-yard line. Straight up the middle with DiGiacomo, easily has the 1st down to the Pennridge 45.
Well, Warden has run the ball well when he has touched it, but can you give it to anybody else at this point of the ball game? 4:20 to go. DiGiacomo, time after time, how many times has he been stopped for less than a 4-yard gain? And another positive one here, another 1st down, and again the clock continues to move. Look at that, 182 yards on those 23 carries.
DiGiacomo's last run gives CB West a 1st down. One more time, right up the middle. 5 yards to the 40. Clock rolls under 4 minutes to play in the ball game. Pennridge needs to stop somewhere along the line here to give their offense time to get back. They're within striking distance. They only trail by 6, but they need to get the football back.
They've got to gamble in such a way that can lead to a big play, obviously, the other way. But they've got to send everybody and assume that DiGiacomo is going to get the ball every time. Because I don't think really CB West here under Coach Mike Carey is going to try any trickery here as far as a big play. He's looking to grind clock.
Carey wants to avoid here is another turnover.
That's right. Turnovers and penalties. No time for those right now.
Second down at 5, 3.5 left. Bob Horton straight up. Another first down under the 30-yard line. And here's where CB West ground game really comes in to play because the clock just keeps rolling.
Well, everybody sees the Giacomo, and they break with him. He goes off on the right side. All of a sudden, well, we forgot about that Warden guy, 6'2" running back, who picks up another first down. And nobody touches him for the first 7 yards of that run.
And that target brings him down all alone in the secondary. And the guy you see right there is the guy who is a legend in these parts. Former head coach Mike Pettine Sr. Giacomo, not much there to the 29, gain of a yard. Mike Pettine Sr., the author of the majority of this state record winning streak. And talk about going out on top. That's 45 in a row and 3 Quad A state titles for you.
Yeah, well, he had several options of when to step out on a winning note. He'd been winning and winning and winning, but he'd be the first to credit his assistants with great work, and obviously one that's taken over now, and Mike Carey.
Clock rolling at 2:30 and counting now. Potter in motion. Play action. Oriole all alone on a keeper. Cuts it back up. He is hit hard at the 20-yard line. He gets out to the 19, and he'll have another CB West first down. And this turning into a back-breaking drive for the Pennridge defense.
Pretty nice job by Oriole because he sees all that open room, but he does something nicely at the end of the run. Watches, he's got plenty of room here. He'll put his second hand on the football.
Timeout on the field, 2:13 left, and CB West leading this one 27-21. We'll be back to wrap this one up in just a moment.
Are you tired of trash TV and news you can't use? I'm Steve Adubato. Join me as I go one-on-one with authors, actors, journalists, CEOs, and sometimes politicians. People who make a difference. One-on-one, I'll ask the questions that you want answered.
Go one-on-one with Steve Adubato Sunday through Thursday at 6:30 on CN8. One-on-one with Steve Adubato is sponsored by PSE&G, the St. Barnabas Healthcare System, Shearing Plow Foundation, Seton Hall University, First Union National Bank, and the CIT Group.
Welcome back, everybody. 2:19 left in the fourth quarter. CB West up by 6. Last play, Oriole came around the left side, and we've got some very good hitting going on.
21-7.
Pads cracking here at War Memorial Field. Giacomo straight forward, turn back. Good job by the defensive line to stand him up on first down.
Well, this game has a little different tone to it because of a missed point after. Obviously, that could be still decisive in this game. Just a 6-point lead. And again, stoppage on the field.
Second timeout, followed by Pennridge to stop the clock with 2 minutes and 6 seconds left. Getting very close to that point where they need to come up with a stop. They can't keep surrendering first downs and expect to get the football back.
Well, another first down or two. You're going to talk about another score here. Moving well, and right now talking to his staff and players is Mike Carey, trying to finish off this game in style. Really, you talk about a very complex game as far as 2 different halves. That first half, plodding sort of an effort. 1 touchdown here at a very up-tempo, big play second half, and CB West just holding on right now.
Bucks back onto the football field on second down. Giacomo follows the crowd across the 15 to the 13-yard line. Another third down situation. It'll be about third down and 3 for the Bucks. And And the Rams call their third and final timeout to stop the clock, and essentially this becomes the play. They come up with a stop here, they have a chance to get the football back. If they don't, it'll pretty much be academic.
Well, hey, Pennridge doesn't need that much time to score. We can put a couple of their scoring drives together and total a minute 53, the way that they have moved the football here in the second half. But the trick is getting that football back, and this play is everything for them to do just that. Right now, talking with his offense, Mike Carey trying to figure out one more play to get 4 yards. And how many times have they done that tonight?
Is there anybody you go to in this situation other than Phil DiGiacomo?
The only thing that you have going for you is that Pennridge expects that. They've got to look at DiGiacomo. They handed it off to Warden with DiGiacomo breaking off the right-hand side earlier on this drive, and Warden gained 8 easily. Another little bit of a play fake to DiGiacomo, and the quarterback, Oriole, picked up about 8 or 9 yards. So we'll see what sort of options they have here.
Straightforward with DiGiacomo.
Close. With that spot, it looks like he's got it.
Depending on the spot of the football, very, very close to the first down, and they're not even going to have to measure it. First down, CB West.
DiGiacomo, that's clinching his honors as top guy for this ball game. Just lowered the shoulder, physical, a run that he has had the entire evening, ensuring a W here if they can continue to hold on to the football.
Under a minute and a half now. First and goal. DiGiacomo to the 6-yard line.
DiGiacomo and then his head coach Mike Carey. I'd be curious to see how he feels about his team's effort after this ball game. He was concerned coming into the contest. They've been a little up and down in this ball game, but a 200-yard game by your big horse doesn't hurt.
Second and goal. Giacomo, a hole right side. Did he get in? Yes. Touchdown, CB West. And the Bucks are going to go for the 2-point conversion, according to the indication by Mike Carey. Remember, they missed a point-after attempt on the last touchdown, and that's why there is only a 6-point lead.
Coaches have their different formulas here with situations of when they go for 2, and even though there's only 45 seconds to go, it doesn't make much sense to just put the 1 point on the board. You might as well go for the 2, get yourself a full 2-touchdown lead.
End around this time, plenty of running room. And they are in. The 2-point conversion is good on the end around by Ingram. Now that puts them back up by 14 with 45 seconds left in this one. 35-21. DiGiacomo and company carried the Bucks on this last drive. You see Mike Carey congratulating his guys, and they feel they've got this one pretty much wrapped up.
Physical game that they played in the first half was just put together here on the final drive, perhaps, of the ball game for CB West. Ate up a lot of clock and very, very physical running.
Take another look at the touchdown there. DiGiacomo he's had good holes to run through all night up front.
He has, and that capped off a 4-minute and 50-yard drive, and this to get to the 14-point margin with Ingram. And around there with his great speed, tough to catch up to him. Leans in for the 2.
Well, how about the 49 points put on the scoreboard since halftime? We went to the locker room 7-0 in what, quite frankly, was pretty much a boring game after that first drive. And it has been a wild one here in the second half. High end over end kick. That's live ball, but it's going to bounce out of bounds, so the Rams will take it at their own 35. Good news for them is no time off the clock. So see the scoring drive there, just what they needed. 12 plays, 60 yards, control the clock, work it down under a minute, put them up by 2 scores.
Yeah, 9, 10, 12 play drives for scores. Different sort of a game than we anticipated based on the way that they have scored, because it's been Pennridge that has gotten the quick strikes, but very efficient here in the second half offensively. I think you go into the week here for CB West and you want to tackle a couple of problems maybe from this ball game. Number 1 would be penalties.
First down and 10 for Pennridge. 45 seconds left. You know they're going to be throwing the ball. Nearly picked off. And Golden almost came up with the interception.
And DiGiacomo was waiting to catch it himself. Watch DiGiacomo, you're going to see him, number 6, camping out for the football, and then a little tip away. Not too many green pants out there in the vicinity of that football.
5 seconds off the clock with that play. Second down and 10 with 40 seconds left in this one. A 14-point game really won't be indicative of how close this one was. Hollenbach going to roll out. Pass intended for Cochan, and he can't get there. Incomplete. Will bring up third down and 10. And another 5 seconds ticks off the clock. And those young men earned a new mark. 57 straight games unbeaten. A new state record to go along with their state record winning streak, which every time they win is a new record.
Yeah, if you look at the breakdown and a list of every single team they've beaten during this streak, it is amazing the battles that they have had, the top competition that they have played week in and week out, and to have this streak since, what, 1997 is amazing.
Third down and 10 for Pennridge. Hollenbach under pressure in the pocket. And they're going to say that was a catch. John Fox at the 40-yard line, a 5-yard gain, very low. It'll be fourth down. The clock rolling with 20 seconds left, and the CB West fans thought it had hit the ground, and the fourth down and 5. And that one will fall incomplete, and so the CB West Bucks will have 7 seconds to run off the clock and ensure they're advancing to the district championship game against the winner of the Downingtown-Wyoming Valley West matchup. Yeah, you talk about the close battles that CB West has been in. None closer than last year's state championship game against Erie Cathedral Prep, the team they've been ranked second to all season long and also undefeated and destroying teams along the way this year. And they appear to be headed for another clash in the state championship game in Hershey. But last year, CB West lost the terrific fullback, Dustin Pichotti, now a star out of the University of Pittsburgh, in the first quarter. And Mike Penn Sr. had to change up his whole game plan, and they still were able to come away with a win. Oriole takes a knee, but there's a penalty flag, and so that will not be the last play of the game.
That was an interesting play. You're going to see a late move here onto the field, and there was a movement there on the offense for CB West. DiGiacomo was racing in from the sideline, and he charged towards the line of scrimmage before that snap. A few too many penalties, but overall it's another W, and a historic streak continues.
Well, you mentioned penalties were what they had to work on, and even at the part of the game where it's academic at this point. Oriole quickly takes a knee, and the clock rolls to 0 on the 57th consecutive victory for Central Bucks West. A new state record unbeaten streak, and the Bucks continue to rewrite the record books in Pennsylvania high school football. And Mike Carey picks right up this season from Mike Pettine Sr., and you talk about a solid winning percentage. He is 12-0 now as the head coach here in Doylestown.
Perfect football, trying to get his team to continue to improve, and that's how he motivates this ball club during this streak. And they only have one goal in mind right now. That's another state championship, and this brings them one step closer.
The final score, CB West 35, 35, Pennridge 21, and the Bucks go on to the district championship game. We'll be back to wrap it up with a postgame here in Doylestown on CN8.
It was called the greatest generation any society has ever produced. They were ordinary people who half a century ago did nothing less than help save the world. Millions served in uniform, millions more served at home, and nearly 500,000 gave their lives. And yet there is no national memorial to honor their sacrifice. It is time to say thank you.
Call now and help build the National World War II Memorial.
Philadelphia Kicks Soccer, it's grass kicking action.
If you're looking for affordable family entertainment, this is it.
Get the family value pack. 4 tickets, 4 sodas, 4 hot dogs for just $55.
Saturday, November 25th at 7:05, the Kicks host the Wichita Wings at the First Union Spectrum. New this year, kids 14 and under are just $8 for any seat. Call Ticketmaster or 1-888-888-KIXX today.
It's awesome!
Welcome back to Doylestown. The final score, CBW 35, Pennridge 21. And the Bucks advance to the district finals. And I'm standing by with head coach Mike Carey. Coach, a little hairy out there tonight at times. A 7-point first half, 49 in the second half. Talk about the two different halves.
Right. Well, we beat a heck of a team. You know, one of the better teams offensively in the state, no doubt about it. We found some weaknesses defensively, and we probed them. And I thought for the first time in a month, our team really emotionally came to play. And hey, I think if you take away some of the big plays they had defensively, we did a great job defensively too. So I'm really proud of my guys. And the nicest thing about this, I know we can play better. There were some guys that really did not play even close to their A game tonight.
You talk about Pennridge and playing a close game. You had mentioned your guys been in a funk for a month. Was it the game? Was it the team? What brought them out and got them excited for tonight?
I think it was a combination of a lot of things. One is, you know, I think the end of the year burnout syndrome, and you know, we've worked real hard for 9 months. And then I think the other thing is that you know, the quality of the team we were playing. And you know, this team brought out the best in us. We were really emotionally ready. And I want to give thanks to Coach Pettine. He helped me out defensively, and Dick Beck from North Penn helped me out also.
Now you've got either Downingtown or Wyoming Valley West in the district final. Do you have a preference, one or the other?
Well, I heard it's Downingtown. They won 21-7, so it really doesn't matter what my preference is. But we're proud and pleased to be in the district final. We're going to represent this town very well. And it's going to be a clash of two Titans that come next Friday night.
All right, congratulations on a good win, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mike Carey, the head coach there for the CBW Bucks. The big play of the game, really a special teams play. The punt return, Dave Camberg faked the handoff to Phil DiGiacomo, and he was gone. And we're going to send it over now to Brad Sparsus, who's standing by with the guy who, I guess, took the fake, Phil DiGiacomo.
Well, once you run after this guy, the way he ran the entire night, congratulations, over 200 yards tonight. Started off tremendous first drive. That looked like it was going to set the tone for you, but it took until the second half.
Yeah, we had to come out, you know, especially against a team like this, and just put together a productive first drive, you know, get them thinking, you know, we're still the same team we were last year, and, you know, we still have the same components, you know, to win. So that was probably the most important drive of the night.
Now, in the first half, you did a great job of making tacklers miss, but in the second half, your offensive line did a great job for you.
Yeah, in the second half, you know, we just grinded it out and, you know, played our smash mouth routine and just took care of business, and that was our, when we went in the meetings at halftime, that was what we decided to do.
You can see one of your scores here. I know we want to talk about your running, but how about your passing game? You almost had yourself a touchdown pass.
Oh, yeah, that one got away from me. I feel bad for Zach. Usually, if that happens again, I'll make sure I complete it.
Outstanding game. Congratulations on the big win. Streak continues, and thanks in part to your hard work.
All right, thanks, Brad. On a very chilly night, CB West comes up with a victory. We see the final statistics. Total yardage, CB West over 350, and Pennridge almost 300, and I'm a little bit surprised by that. However, they got back into it in the second half.
We didn't talk about their potential for the big play. They had 3 of them in the second half, kept them in the ball game, but it, again, was the physical game for CB West. They grinded it out on that final drive that they did come up with the score and led them to the victory.
Yeah, you see perhaps the biggest stat there on that page, 16 first downs to 6. in favor of CB West. And that, of course, the difference in the ball game. CB West really able to control the clock most of the game.
And what everybody likes to have heard right now at this point is that they can play better. They felt that they could play a much better first half, and certainly that was evident. It was a sloppy first half by their standards, but they looked great offensively in the second half.
Well, CB West will look for another district championship next week. They'll take on Downingtown. So for Brad Sparses, I'm Ken Phelps. The final score here in Doylestown, 35-21. CB West advancing to the district championship game. For the entire crew here in Doylestown, Pennsylvania at CB West High School, I'm Ken Phelps. So long. The final score again, 35-21.